We're gonna start with the Raman. This is the new Raman Spectrophotometer, and for this device to function, you need three things, and two of them are in the back. We need this to be plugged in, and then we need the key to turn on the device, and the laser to work. These must be locked. Out of those three, you will allow the laser to work, and then it will be one more additional click on the computer for the program to start running. So now that the key is on, I'm gonna just turn on the device. Computer is inside this, so there's no other computers. Now we're gonna start having signal in here, and we will have a pop-up window asking us to authorize the laser to be used, and this may take a few minutes. So now this is the pop-up, and then you're gonna say yes to it. Now for the device to function properly, all this must be in green, so now we have to wait until the temperature is reached. So for now we can see that there's three tabs in here, and the first one is where you're gonna get your spectra. This is the integration time that you're gonna change. This is according to your protocols, and we're gonna review some of the protocols for ethanol and cyclohexane. And then these two items, dark subtract and auto new dark sample, should be clicked on once we start reading our samples. This is the pad where you actually will save your data. So we already save it in documents, and it will be calibration files. Here is where all the folders, all the files will go and be saved. Now this is the name of the spectra. In this case we're gonna do air first, so you're gonna choose save air, and then the date. Today is 09 29th 23, and now we're gonna choose waiting for this to become green. Now that the temperature is good, this is ready to acquire an spectra. So the only thing that we have to do is just click and acquire, but I'm gonna get these two in here. We have an SOP in here which will show you what needs to be done, and also we have the performance reports, and this is what we're gonna be using to make sure that the Raman is behaving properly. So in here we have some spectra, but actually we're gonna be looking at air. This is the one that we're gonna do it first. So coming in the computer, you're just gonna push acquire. Now this is gonna be used in here as the spectra. As you see, we have 1,000. Here's 10,000, 2 average, which is the number of the scans. But if you can see it, the spectra is identical in this case. So now the next thing that we're gonna do is how to handle the spectra. There's only two things that you can do here. One is zoom in. If you click with the left, you create this square, and then you can zoom in anything you want. And to go back, you just double click on the same left on the mouse, right? And the right click, you can actually find the coordinates of the peaks. You just click on it and it will stay like that. Good. So now we're gonna look what is in the other tab, which is the spectra. And here you can actually bring back all the spectra. This is something that we did yesterday. So I'm gonna bring cyclohexane, no, this air, I'm gonna bring air here from yesterday. So it's gonna here, and you see there's two colors in here, and they're identical as the one that I have yesterday. And also you can just remove it by clicking remove it, or bring in any other spectra that you need to. The last tab is set up. Here you don't have to do anything else, but the only thing is you can switch from Raman shift to actually wavelength and nanometers. There's just two different units. And here, this is where you're gonna shoot down the machine. After you're done, you press here to shoot down. This is Open File Explorer, which is where you can actually go in the computer and look at your spectra, which in this case you have to go Documents, Calibration Files, and then you have the files that we already saved from yesterday. So coming back to acquisition, now we're gonna read one of these samples. We're gonna read ethanol. So now this is my holder as a beaker. I'm gonna put ethanol in here. I'm gonna open the door, put it in here, and now I'm gonna raise this high enough for the sample to be submerged. The sample just enough for the probe to be touching the liquid. You can submerge a few millimeters, and you can see it's in the water, so you don't want to touch any other surface, because if you touch the glass, it will break the glass. So now I'm gonna just close it. Now it's good. I'm gonna click again here. I'm gonna decrease, according to this document, for ethanol we have 510, so it will be 500 milliseconds of integration time, and average will be 10. And we're gonna acquire. Now we have a pig. If you can see in here, it's very similar to what we have. And once again, with the left click, you can zoom in any area you want to. Double click on left, you will go back to the same spectra, and right click will give you the coordinates of the peaks. So now I'm gonna change this to ethanol. And I'm gonna choose where to save it, documents, calibration files, and I'm gonna select that folder and save in there. Now that it's saved, I can go to the spectra, and then once again I can compare this ethanol that we have today with the ethanol that we have yesterday. You can see it's absolutely overlapping. You don't even see. This is brown. The one that was here before was green. So I can just clear all and go back to acquisition. Done with your experiment. You're gonna remove the sample. And then you're gonna clean the probe with acetone. Now acetone or ethanol can be used to clean it. This is acetone. I'm gonna use a little bit, and it's just touching the bottom. That's all you need. No acetone anywhere else in the system. You're gonna close it, and then you're gonna dispose this. You're gonna put it in the proper location. Students can save the data using a USB. You can connect the USB, and then in the path you choose the USB that is connected in here. The students can save it. Ideally, for now, they can change it, save it as text format, and then this is going to be used for any other software, so we can manipulate the spectra properly. After this is done, now we're going to close the computer. You go to setup, and then you click on shoot down instrument, asking if that's true. So it's gonna start shooting down the system. This book, Raman documents, is gonna be here. All these chemicals for cleaning and calibrations are gonna be here also. And finally, we're gonna have to remove the key on the back. You turn off the laser, remove the key, and return this to the stockroom.